So, as it turns out, the green trash can is not recycling. It's for greens. Like
Can it get any
compost
more
and eggshells.
boring?
Riley is acting so weird. Why is she
Weird?
acting so weird?
They're talking about trash.
We just do what Joy would do.
Great idea. Anger.
Oh,
fear,
great,
disgust.
yeah. Let's
How are
pretend
we
to be
supposed
other
happy?
emotions. Masking.
Did you guys pick up on that?
Oh, wow. Sadness is leading.
We're gonna find out what's happening.
Yeah?
We need support.
Right.
Signal the husband.
Yeah, he's a bit busy at the moment. He's imagining the game because he's not watching it. He's just imagining it. And anger leads the dad. Interesting. Riley's mom has sadness as her lead emotion, and that's the exact emotion Riley's struggling with. And that's no coincidence if you ask me. If Riley's mom leads with sadness, it probably means that sadness has been this quiet but heavy presence in their home. Like her mom might be really in touch with feeling sad, but maybe she doesn't talk about it much or she doesn't show it openly. So Riley is just kind of sensing that sadness is there, but she's never been taught how to deal with it. Maybe she even internalized the idea that it's not okay to show it or to feel it. Because in the end, this is like hanging with someone that is clearly upset, but they keep saying they're fine. You feel the happiness, but you don't know what to do with it. That's one thing. The second thing is that the emotion that willingly takes lead of Riley is anger, which coincidentally or not, is the lead emotion of the father. It shows how kids can unconsciously mirror their parents' emotional patterns, especially in moments of stress. But why does Riley have both genders in her mind then?
He's making that. School was great.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Riley, is everything okay?
Riley, are you developing a personality? How dare you?
Oh, I'll show you attitude. No. Stay happy.
Low-key, I love anger.
Problem.
Like,
Just leave me alone.
You heard that, gentlemen? Defcon 2.
this is way more serious than it's supposed to be.
Disrespectful attitude came from.
You want a piece of
She's just having feelings.
Just shut up.
That's it. Go to your room.
Another day of parenting done right.
That could have been a disaster.
As Riley goes through the crisis of reconciliating joy and sadness, her more active emotions take charge, which are exactly the ones that tend to dominate during adolescence, commonly used in an attempt to assert independence and cope with confusion and change. Her brain is prepping her for that adolescent shift where emotions are intense, but the deeper ones, like sadness, are often avoided or misunderstood.
Well, that was a disaster.
That was a disaster. In case anyone wondered. Uh-oh. The islands are breaking down. Don't you wait for a come in? Why do you not? Oh, never mind.
Things gone a little out of hand downstairs. You want to talk about it?
Probably not.
Where's my happy girl?
I know he means well, but my goodness.
Oh, he's trying to start up goofball.
Please stop. Yeah, it's dead in here. Bombastic side-eye. You know when they say you need to rebuild yourself when things get tough? Well, rebuilding implies destroying, and this is what is happening right here. Ego restructuring requires for us to destroy our old identity to make space for the new one. Riley chooses to disengage from her father, and by doing so, she's actively rejecting a part of herself, which is what allows the destruction to happen. This is not about permanent loss or rejection, though. This is about letting go of those aspects for a time to make space for emotional growth. Aww. It's not like it's lost forever, okay? But I know it feels that way. It's supposed to feel that way in the moment, like you're distant from everything and anything.
Some alone time.
Really? That's it? Oh God, this is the emotional equivalent of leaving a voicemail. It's polite, yes, but nobody really wants it and nobody really cares. Besides, this whole interaction is meant to make him feel better about the rejection rather than meant to soothe her. Anyway, her father could definitely say something a bit more supportive and validating. I don't know, something like, hey, I see you're not in a good mood and that's okay. I also have bad moods. So if you ever want some advice or perspective, I'm here to listen, never to judge.
She can lose friendship and hockey and honesty and family.
Well, by the time this movie ends, she is supposed to lose all of them, okay? It's all part of the plan.
I'll never make
No, don't obsess over the weight of life's problems. Remember, don't interfere with the dog, guys.
Girl, let her exist.
Time for this. Well,
You know you didn't. This is pretty personal because this mirrors so much of what I hear also from my clients when we talk about emotions. Like, uncomfortable emotions, right? That they don't have time for that they're inconvenient, that they cannot really give them attention in the moment, but that's quite it. Part of building a healthy relationship with our emotions is giving them the same thing we crave from our parents: undivided attention, validation, and that sense of being valued and seen. Because ultimately, that's what creates safety in the dynamic. Every time we push our feelings aside, telling ourselves, I don't have time for this, we're actually neglecting our own emotional needs. And that's where the cycle of disconnect begins. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should start having full-blown emotional meltdowns in the middle of work meetings or at school. But balance comes from making sure that I don't have time for this moment do not outweigh the times you actually make time for them. Because in those moments, that's when you're practicing self-love.
Except for this bad boy. This one will never fade.
Okay, here we go! This again?
Oh, that's a fun one. So what Riley's experiencing is called an earworm. Yes, I know, it has a very weird name. When a catchy tune or jingle gets stuck in your head and repeats itself sometimes for hours or sometimes for days. This is a super common phenomenon, and it happens because certain types of music, especially ones with repetitive or simple melodies, can activate the brain's auditory circuits and make it loop on repeat. Another example of that is, I'm working late, everybody, 'cause I'm a singer. So if you ever wondered what's the term for when a song hijacks your brain like that, it's called an earworm.
Oh, and we've got this new girl on the team. She's so cool.
She did not just say that.
A new girl?
Guys,
We do not wanna
do
lose
not
any
stay
more
happy.
islands
Just
here,
feel your
guys.
feelings, communicate. Anger, please. Anger, please. Okay, wow.
I gotta go. What? I gotta go.
And slam. Ooh. So yeah, this is a classic masking in action. Riley's feeling that sting of jealousy or insecurity, but instead of showing it, she's pushing it down and slapping on a happy face, more or less. It's that whole everything is fine vibe we give when we don't want to seem vulnerable. But putting on this mask is what creates division to begin with between us and the people we love. We're building a wall just to not let other people see our emotions. It's not worth it. Friendship Island is down as well. Do not panic, it's all part of the plan. Okay, this is the right moment to experience grief. And Joy gets mad at it. That's, emotional suppression. When you get mad at yourself for feeling things that you don't want to feel, as if you have control.
I know a shortcut. Come on.
I read about this place in the manual. We shouldn't go in there.
Bing Bong says it's the quickest way to headquarters.
No, but Joy, this is abstract thought.
Yeah, emotions are not supposed to go there.
But Riley needs to be happy. I'm not missing that train.
She doesn't need... whatever. Sadness advises against going in because emotions are not meant to go in the abstract thought. That's how usually overthinking starts. Abstract thought, explained in a very simplified way, is the part of the mind where ideas, emotions, concepts get broken down into their most basic, non-concrete forms. Like, I don't know, like looking at a painting and reducing it to paint and shapes. That would be when we simplify emotions, like reducing grief to sadness, for instance. And that's what's dangerous about it. When we break things down too far, we risk losing their meaning entirely. Them almost not making it out symbolizes a close risk of disconnecting from emotions entirely when intellectualizing them. This is what makes me think that none of this is a mistake or coincidental. The core memory is out of place, joy and sadness lost. It's all part of ego restructuring, because that's why they're here in the abstract thought department, because most probably Riley is overthinking in real life. After all, they go in while Joy literally said, Riley needs to be happy. Yeah, that looked pretty bad. But it's not that bad as it looks. I know it looks bad. It's not as bad. I promise. I promise I'll explain.